Hello, wonderful fourth graders. Tonight we are going to be looking at another form of measurement. We are going to be looking at weight and mass. And we've talked about weight briefly in science. We've talked about mass in science. So we're just going to look at both of them tonight. And one is customary and one is metric. So our title will be weight and mass. And if you refer to your reference sheet, weight and mass are on the same section. We've got customary weight, metric mass. Okay, so that's really important to remember the difference between the two. So in our journal, we're going to start with weight. So we're going to say customary weight. And we're going to look at examples of each. So the smallest unit of measurement for weight is the ounce. Label OZ. And an ounce is really light. And I think about an ounce as a slice of bread. An ounce is about the size of a slice of bread. The next unit of weight is a pound. The label is LB. Comes from the Spanish word for pound, libre. And a pound is about a loaf of bread, so the whole loaf of bread. And then the largest, biggest unit of weight is a ton, and I'm going to capitalize it all because it's so big. Label with a capital T. And a ton is what they use to measure animals like an elephant. They also use tons to measure shipping things or a car. So I'm just going to put car because it's big. And we're going to look at some equal weights. 1 pound is equal to 16 ounces. So if you think about it, 16 slices of bread might equal about a pound. You'll see on things you buy at the grocery store, if it says 16 ounces on the label, it's about a pound. Usually sugar and flour, anything with baking, is sold by the pound. And then 1 ton is 2,000 pounds. So we go from a teeny tiny ounce to a pound to 2,000 pounds equaling a ton. So when they measure packages like to ship, let's say they're sending Legos to Canada to sell, they would measure the weight of that package, and it would probably be thousands of pounds. Cars are weighed by tons. You'll see signs on the road that say 4 ton maximum. Maybe the bridge can only hold 4 tons or 8,000 pounds. So that is weight, and I'm going to underline weight. The next thing we're going to look at is mass. We are going to look at the metric mass. And remember, oops, that was a bad underline. Remember that the metric system is by tens. So the smallest unit of mass is a milligram. And a milligram is teeny tiny. And I have a hard time visualizing or thinking about what would equal a milligram because it's so small. But they say it's about a feather. So think about a feather. A feather almost weighs nothing, but that's a milligram. A feather is very light. The next unit of measurement is a gram, and we've used grams in science with a triple beam balance. And a gram is about a paper clip. So still really light, but a little bit bigger than a feather. And then the biggest unit of mass is a kilogram. And it's a bit bigger. It's about the size of a baseball bat. So we have super light units of mass and then a little bit bigger. So think about on a triple beam balance. We use grams to measure things on a triple beam balance. And let's look at what they're equal to. Let's start with 1 gram is equal to 1,000 milligrams. Remember, milli means 1,000, so 1 gram is 1,000 milligrams. And then 1 kilogram, so 1 bat, is about 1,000 grams. So do you see a pattern? Remember, times 10 times 100 times 1,000, dividing by 10, dividing by 100, dividing by 1,000 for metric. Very simple, there's always a pattern. So make sure you have this down, and we will look at these tomorrow in class.